Now for 13 channel, we have our special guest, Miss Cubillos,
Hello everyone.
in order to make some questions regarding education in Chile. So first of all, Miss Cubillos, considering that in developed countries like Finland do not give homework to students, why do we still give it to them?
I think that's a hard question, and basically you're comparing two countries. One is developed, such as Finland, and the other one is in ways to be developed, such as Chile. Do you think it's fair to ask that question? I mean, for me, it's not. You have to reformulate that question, please.
Okay, give me a pair of seconds. Considering that in Finland students do not have homework, why do we still give homework to our students in Chile?
Most people tend to think that it's a kind of punishment, something that student needs to do, but it's not. I think it's part of an autonomous work, and every single student needs to develop autonomous experiences. For example, as homework. What else? Do you have to think that in some other countries that are already developed, such as Australia, they also give homework to students. So one side says no and the other says yes. So we are still believing that creating responsibility throughout homework can be a good way to start developing some other skills that they cannot develop in class time, during class time.
Yeah. So, do homework measures all students' skills?
I mean, if you think of a homework that can have all skills, all integrated, all in one, I think, no, that's just a good idea, but they cannot. Basically, there are some other types of homework that can develop other skills. For example, a project, I don't know, to investigate something. That's something that goes beyond just a simple homework to investigate or to do something else.
So, what about the social skills? Do you think that with students having homework all day, they can improve their social skills?
Yes, there are some, as I was saying, there are some types of homework that they can develop social skills. I mean, they can develop values, leadership, or stuff like that. If you give a homework that it's meant for 4 students or 5 students, they need to create a plan of development inside the group. Yeah, and that can help. That can be helpful for further classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing a bit the topic, why do we have a gap between private schools and public schools? Because evidently there's a gap.
Yeah. I've heard that question so many times. Do I have to answer it again?
Why not?
Okay, so basically, if you're paying for something, you expect something good. That's okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah. But if it's something public, people tend to think that it's not that good as if you pay. So that's the reason why there's a gap. There should not be a gap, because it's education everywhere. But I don't know. It's hard to believe that they must stop to asking for money, like to give good quality education.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the government's job.
Yeah.
Give quality education. Yeah.
Talking about quality, why do we have this tendency, like in private schools, to have higher results in the PSU, and while the public they don't have like that higher results in the PSU?
That's also a hard question to answer. No, but I believe that there are some teenagers that have different expectations. So, I don't know. If there's a guy in, for example, let's say Vitacura, do you think he will expect to be a teacher, for example? I mean, that's critical. I have a lot of trouble with teachers. Probably they will hate me because I say that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if you are from lower status or lower classes, you will expect to do works that people with money would not expect for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's too critical for you? Is that too critical for you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Enough.
I know.
The last question for finishing your suffering, considering that we have 1 minute more of the program, why do still have PSU if it's an obsolete test?
Yeah, I consider that it's obsolete as well. If you compare the PAA, I think it's the last one, with the PSU, there's nothing else to compare. I mean, they're very similar. However, I believe that, I mean, every single university should have their own filters to admit or to let students join their universities. Their own standardized test. For example, are you a teacher?
I'm a journalist.
A journalist?
Yeah.
So, have you reviewed math, for example, in your major?
Not that much.
Not that much.
Considering all the effort.
But considering the PSU, you had to deliver a quantity in the PSU regarding math, even though you're never going to use it, at least in your job.
Yeah.
Unless it's statistics.
Yeah.
But that's part of your job as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ms. Cubillos. I hope that
Thank you.
we can
Thank you.
improve the situation here in our country.
Thanks so much.
That's all, dear audience. Let's see you tomorrow.